Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you exactly the concept of dopamine management, and I'll also show you why the concept of time management failed. So the title of our video is the dopamine management, not time management. Remember, your brain is not chasing what is important, rather it's chasing what is rewarding. That's why you keep postponing important activities. That's why you keep procrastinating, not doing what are important to you. So no matter what, no matter if you feel this video is not interesting to you, this video is for you, is important to you. Make sure you watch up this video up to the end. My name is Dixon Ponda. Make sure you subscribe to this account so that you will not miss another video like this. So just look around yourself carefully. People are waking up with goals, big dreams, assignments, business idea, books they're supposed to read, skills they have to learn, but they keep procrastinating. They still spending 5 hours scrolling, watching video, refreshing notification, jumping from one app to another. And most people think the problem is lack of discipline, laziness, or time management. There's a time I was thinking that because I'm procrastinating, the concept is because of poor time management. I cannot manage my time. So I started reading books on time management, watching countless YouTube videos on how to stop procrastination and how to manage my time. But no matter how much I tried, nothing changed in my life. I was keeping procrastinating until I understand the concept of dopamine management. How can I direct my dopamine pathway to the right things? How can I create pleasure? How can I start enjoying to the activities that are difficult, to the activities that are important to myself? And it's what I'm going to show you in this video on the minutes that are coming ahead. So the real problem is something different from time management. What if I told you that the problem you are procrastinating is something deeper than time? What if the issue is not time, but your dopamine? Today, I want to show you how millions of people are knowingly and consciously losing their focus, motivation, and productivity simply because they don't understand how dopamine works. And once you understand this, you will never look at your habit the same way again. You will never start sabotaging yourself. You will never start losing self-trust. Why do you are craving for sugar food? Why you think that doing exercise is so difficult? By just understanding how dopamine works. And every person have dopamine. Dopamine is just the neuromodulators which is associated with anticipation and motivation. The desire you're having for doing something, it's just because of dopamine pathway. So the first things to look is the biggest myth about dopamine. What most people they believe about dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, which is wrong. Dopamine is not only about pleasure. In modern neuroscience, it shows that dopamine is more connected to motivation, anticipation, craving, reward seeking, and habit formation. So in simple words, dopamine is the chemical that pushes you to chase something. Dopamine is the chemical that pushes you to chase something. You have been chasing it for alcohol. It's just because of dopamine pathway have been directed for alcoholism and not necessarily enjoy them. Dopamine is the chemical that pushes you to chase things. It's not necessarily you enjoy something. You maybe keep doing something, taking alcohols. That doesn't mean to enjoy it, but because the dopamine is just pushing you to do that things. So that's why someone can keep scrolling on social media for hours, even when they are no longer enjoy it. You started scrolling on your TikToks and you don't enjoy it, but you keep scrolling. And predict that maybe the next video will be beautiful, the next video will keep you laugh, the next video will be a wisdom. So you keep scrolling. Remember, you're not addicted to something because you're happy. You are addicted because your brain keep expecting another reward, another notification, another funny video, another message, another exciting post. You keep scrolling, that expecting the next video, the next post will exciting you. And social media companies understand this better than most people do. They understand how rewarding work. So they keep in the same way that you keep expecting something good are coming ahead. They know how to keep your dopamine system trapped into social media. So let me show you how your brain was hijacked. Your brain involved in a completely different way. Thousands of years ago, later 3,000 years ago, dopamine helped humans survive. It motivated people to search for food, explore environments, hatch, build relationship, and avoid danger. But today, technology hijacked the same system. The dopamine system that was meant for you to search for food, for hunting or collecting foods, is now hijacked for you to receive massive notification from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, gaming, constant notification, and endless scrolling. And here is the dangerous part. Your brain loves unpredictable rewards. That's why scrolling become addictive, because your brain keep thinking maybe the next video will be even better. Maybe the next notification will excite me. Maybe the next post will make me laugh. This is the exact same psychological mechanism used in slot machine and gambling. You have keep gamblings. Just a psychological mechanism that have been created to your brain, that you keep expecting something good. You put your money, all goes off. You keep expecting that once I get this, it will be more better. So you keep hoping for another reward and slowly your brain become conditioned to expect fast stimulation all the time. So how people become more damaged? The hidden damage most people don't notice. That is the way you keep on damaging yourself, you keep damaging your life cycle, and don't reorganize it. Now here's where life starts becoming dangerous. After exposing yourself to high dopamine stimulation every day, after visiting TikTok always, being excited, which is release more dopamine. So normal activities start feeling boring. After exposing yourself to high dopamine stimulation every day, normal activities start feeling boring. Reading books become difficult. Studying feel painful. Deep focus become uncomfortable. Working long-term goals feel exhausting. That's why people learning for gambling, because their brain have been hijacked to receive a highly intensive dopamine stimulation. Why? Because your brain has been trained to expect speed, novelty, and instant reward. Think about this carefully. Maybe a student sit down to start. Within 3 minutes, they check WhatsApp, then Instagram, then TikTok, then YouTube, then back to WhatsApp again, then TikTok again, then YouTube again, another notification from Facebook. So they keep allowing it to a social media system. Not because they are stupid, not because they are less, but because their dopamine system has been conditioned toward short-term stimulation. And unfortunately, most people blame themselves instead of understanding the real problem. You start losing self-trust. Why can't I follow my timetable? Why can't I stick to this goal? Why can't I study for a long time? It's not because you are lazy. It's not because you are stupid. Because you don't understand what's continuing in your brain, which is the hijacked dopamine system. So with all problem that is being happens in the modern days, but there is still a thin line, the worst case scenario about the concept of time management. So people keep procrastinating and still convincing themselves maybe, oh, my problem is the issue of time management. So many people do not have time management problem. They have dopamine management problem. Because tell me honestly, how can you manage your time if your brain cannot tolerate boredom for even 5 minutes? How can you focus deeply when your nervous system has been trained to seek stimulation every few seconds? How can you build discipline when your environment constantly feeds your brain instant reward? How can you focus for long time, maybe doing something while your brain have been trained, have been hijacked to watch TikTok reels? So this is why productivity advice alone often fail. You can get hundreds of time management program, but you won't fail until you understand what is continuing in your brain. So people buy planner, secure timetable, doing to-do list, but they're still procrastinating. They keep losing self-trust because they are trying to fix behavior without fixing the dopamine system that driving to that behavior. That is like trying to stop leaking a pipe without turning off the water source. So the most dangerous effect of dopamine overload. Here the scare pass. Dopamine overload slowly destroys your ability to enjoy normal life. Simple things stop feeling satisfied. Conversation feel boring. Studying feeling unbearable. Feeling uncomfortable. Silence feeling uncomfortable. Waiting become painful, and many people become trapped in constant stimulation. Become trapped in phone, music, videos, scrolling, notification, entertainment, noise, distraction. Every second, because they can no longer sit quietly within their own thought. And sadly, most people don't realize this is happening to them. So the solution is this. What to do instead? How to rebuild your dopamine system. How to start creating love, doing difficult activities. How can we improve our focus? How can we deeply focus in our activities? How can we work for our long-term goals? Now, does this mean dopamine is bad? No, dopamine is necessary for motivation, survival. The problem is not dopamine itself. If dopamine have been forcing you to scroll for 4 hours, dopamine is not the problem. The problem is uncontrolled stimulation. You have failed to control your overstimulation. So the solution is this. The solution is retraining your reward system, is to retrain, to rebuild our dopamine system. How? How to rebuild your dopamine system. Do this. The first things, reduce unnecessary stimulation. Create distance from addictive app like TikTok. To myself, I don't use TikTok at all in my phone. There is no TikTok apps in my phone because I'm sure it's just that is for one of the addictive apps. So for you know yourself. What are the apps in my phone that are not helping me, that are making me feel happy, but they're not helping me to progress? So you have to remove them. Stop consuming endless short form content. Train your brain to let boredom again. Spend more time in deep work. Practice physical exercise. Sleep properly. You can practice also meditation. Start reading books. Focus on long-term reward instead of constant instant pleasure. But the one things I want to understand, that will help you to manage dopamine well, is that dopamine detox or dopamine fasting. I'm sure for every person, for every individual, understand there is one thing that seem like addictive. Maybe you are so craving to sugar food, you are so craving for alcohols, you have to start fasting for 30 days. You tell yourself that for these 30 days, I don't want to take alcohols, I don't want to use TikTok, I don't want to crave for sugar food, I don't want to do this and this, I don't want to watch pornography, I don't want to masturbate for these 30 days. That's why you start building your dopamine system toward the light activities. I hope it's clear. Have a good time. But don't forget to subscribe to this video. Place your comment in the comment section and what did you gain, so that whenever I build another video, you won't miss. Thank you.